But let's just finish by having a look at our own Parliament again. And a couple of days ago, there was a vote as to whether to call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The noes carried the day, that there should not be an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. And of course, no ceasefire meant that they were voting to keep the killing of the children and the bloodshed right the way across Gaza and Israel going. But I was interested in how the vote went and who voted. This is Sir Gary Streeter, who happens to be my local MP. And I was very interested to see that he voted he voted that he didn't want a ceasefire. This surprised me because, of course, he's involved with this organisation, Christians in Parliament. In fact, it's a little bit deeper than involved. He is the chair of Christians in Parliament. And I found it very difficult to understand how a Christian could possibly not want to vote for a ceasefire to save lives, particularly of many civilians and children. I haven't got an answer to what I'm reporting at the moment, but I want to show that as far as this parliamentary group for Christianity is concerned, they're very dedicated. This is some of the agendas that they cover, meals with Jesus. But when we get into the meat of things, sorry, no pun intended, on the Twitter page, I had a look to see if there was anything about Gaza. There wasn't, but we had this, which I decided I'd bring up on screen. We have a very popular and important morning at annual parliamentary prayer breakfast in stunning Westminster Hall. Lovely to be joined by some of our church leaders from across mid-Sussex. A magnificent address on the power and challenge of reaching forgiveness. Well, I don't see a lot of forgiveness in the UK's government in 2023, particularly as David Cameron pumps the weapons into Ukraine to keep the killing going. But my key point is that I am very saddened to see that when I look into Christians in Parliament, I cannot find any value being placed on the lives of the children who are in Gaza and those children dying in Gaza. I think this is incredibly sad and a very bad reflection on people who claim to be Christians in Westminster.
We're just going to end on a slightly more humorous note because Donald Tusk, of course, has won enough of the votes in Poland that he is likely to become the next Polish Prime Minister. Goodness help us all, because this is not a great development. Yeah. But he doesn't apparently appreciate anything about personal security and so on. So he was caught on camera and broadcast on Polish television. Unfortunately, he decided that everybody needed to know his unlock code for his mobile phone. So anybody that can actually grab that off him, at least you don't have any problems about getting access to it. So there we go.
Okay, we'll leave it there with a wry smile on our faces. Ben, thank you very much for joining us. A huge thank you to our audience. If you're watching from wherever you are in the world and you're not yet a subscriber of UK Column, please consider doing that, because we would very much like to expand further. And of course, many hands make light work if you can make that subscription. We need to end there. We'll be back at the same time on Monday, but we'll be back also for our subscribers for extra time in a few moments. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.